What's up YouTube, it's Hector from Not Too Nerdy. As you can see in the background, I'm playing Battlefield Hardline Beta. Let me start out with this game real quick, okay? This game is kind of fun, but let's be real, okay? This game is a rehash game. It is full of glitches. I showed you the first part of this one game, and oh my god. Like, the physics in the game is ridiculous. It's just so horrible. The way it just looks like a PS3 game, but not even like a newer PS3 game, like the beginning of PS3 games. So it's kind of bad. I don't, it's fun still, but it's fun because it's Battlefield. But it has the game itself. It's not worth $60. I'm sorry. I said it before. It seems like it's an add-on to a Battlefield 4 with worse graphics, but I don't think it's worth $60. I don't know, $20 maybe, like an add-on. I don't know. It's fun at times, but if you look at this, it is a glitchy mess. The whole game is like that. So I just want to start out by saying that. So if you guys like Battlefield Hardline, that's on you guys. But for me, I definitely do not like the way it looks. I would play it, but it's not worth $60 in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Now, let's go over some news that happened. So Sony just announced that in this last quarter, they sold over 6 million PlayStation 4s. That's a lot in one quarter. So that brings the total, 18.8 million's estimated VG charts. So that could be off. Who knows how accurate that is. But when you look at the whole picture, it's been less than 2 years, okay? A little over a year, if you really look at it like that. And the PlayStation is close to 20 million copies sold. That's insane. That the PS4 almost sold 20 million copies. Like, of course, they still got a little while to go till they hit that number, but wow, that's insane. The Xbox One's doing well. Also, they picked up a lot of steam when they lowered the price. So, they're doing great on their own. But the fact that PS4 is still selling so many copies, and when you really look at it, what games do they have? Everyone says it, like, PS4 doesn't have that many games right now. Xbox One doesn't have that many games, but they had a little bit more than PS4. So, for the people that said, like, oh, well, it's all about all the misinformation in the beginning. Well, that was the beginning for Xbox One, Everyone knows about the Xbox One now. Everyone knows that they're not online always, So, what's the excuse now? Like, they're still dominating, which is just insane. I didn't think it would be by this much of a margin. I thought the Xbox One by now would have caught up by a lot. But it seems like even during Christmas when Xbox, sold so many copies, they still even put a dent on the number. It just seemed like the PlayStation 4 kept selling worldwide. So it didn't even matter what Xbox did, which is just insane, to be honest with you. So that's pretty interesting to see all the companies do well, because even so, Xbox One is still selling well. So it's really good to see everyone doing well, but it's just amazing to see Sony do well, because no one expected that. Because I can only imagine when they release Uncharted 4, big games that are for Sony. When they release those games, that's when the console's really going to sell. So the fact that they're selling so many copies, so many units now, when there's no giant game released yet. Infamous was the big game, but Infamous isn't the big game for Sony. Killzone wasn't that giant game. It's going to be Uncharted series. Uncharted 4 is going to be that huge game. God of War in the future. God of War is announced and there's a new God of War. Those are the type of games that sell for Sony. So the fact that you have, these units selling like crazy now, it's pretty crazy. It's insane. But, that's pretty much it. There's one last thing I want to talk about is journalism. Now, IGN lost a lot of people. We know all the people that were pro PlayStation left, Greg Miller, and it's kind of insane. They're losing a lot of people. And then GameSpot lost some people as well. Is it me, or does it just seem like gaming journalism is becoming more and more irrelevant? And I'm not talking about like YouTubers, because it seems like more people pay attention to YouTubers than they do the big companies like IGN or GameSpot. You know, once in a while you'll grab some news from them, but to be honest, their websites where they make money on, where you go look at their videos first, a lot of people don't visit them anymore. A lot of people do not pay attention to them, you know? And I think it's because of the way reviews work now, and everything's about the score, and people think that anytime a company like IGN or GameSpot give a good score to a company, they were paid, and when they give a bad score to a company or to a game, they give a bad score just to get, you know, to make a clickbait. So I think journalism is becoming more and more irrelevant for the big companies now, and I think that that's why everyone's breaking off into their own YouTube channel, their own little smaller division, because it seems like the independent route's a way to go. And it's funny because if you look at the gaming industry itself, that's the way developers are doing it too. A lot of developers are breaking off to their own independent route and going away from the larger AAA titles. And it's kind of weird and scary at the same time because, you know, if you lose companies like IGN and GameSpot, like, who else are you going to see? You know, because Joystick just is done. You know, Joystick is no more. Like, who's next? You know what I mean? Like, where are you going to get all this gaming information from? Are you going to rely just on other YouTubers to find it? Because the majority of them get their information, just like me, off these larger sites. So then what's going to happen then? So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. This is Hector from Not Too Nerdy. I'm still not feeling too great, but I gotta make some videos for you guys. And that's pretty much it. See you guys later. Don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps me out. Also, if you're new to this channel, subscribe so you can see new videos from me every week. And remember, it's okay to be not too nerdy.